الحمد لله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. In the continuing research of Hagga Ihsan, she's been holding the index of the Quran and adding the numbers of the surahs and the numbers of the verses, and she's coming up with this blessed explosion in the miracle, and also putting us to work. We are sorry that she's leaving tomorrow, but we're also glad. We're really sorry that she's leaving tomorrow because she does put us to work through the telephone anyway. Look at this, Surah Qaf, Surah number 50, initialed with Qaf. It's in Surah 50. This is very simple, anybody can do it at home without a computer. You look at Surah Qaf and look at the ayat where the letter Qaf happens. You know, we have it in the blue book. You can see Surah Qaf and the verses, you add them up, they're 798. A multiple of 19. 19 means God is one, worship God alone. And this is 19 times 42. Well, it doesn't stop here. You know what 42 is? It's the only other surah that is also initialed with Qaf. Surah Al-Surah, Hamim, Ain, Sin, Qaf. So there is this interlocking and intertwined relationship of the mathematical code is telling us that this is the only book in the world, in history, that is mathematically composed, that is superhuman, that when you read any statement in it, you know this is from your Creator. You have 100% confidence. This is God speaking to you. And this is the importance of it. It never happened before in history, and will never happen again. This is an original idea of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will not find a book. You go to the university, how many books do they have? The university libraries, millions. Not one of them is mathematically composed. But the Quran is. I was writing yesterday, it's something that I wrote before, but I want to share it with you. We're writing a book about Jesus, the truth about Jesus. From the Quran, from the Bible, from the Gospels. And an interesting fact, very quickly, is I was writing on a chapter, Jesus' birth. And the Quran says that إِنَّ مَثَلَ عِيسَى عِنْدَ اللَّهِ كَمَثَلِ آدَمَ. The creation of Jesus, as far as God is concerned, is equal to the creation of Adam. Jesus equals Adam. In other words, the creation of Jesus is like the creation of Adam. خَلَقَهُ مِنْ تُرَابٍ ثُمَّ قَالَ لَهُ كُنْ فَيَكُونُ. God said be, and it is. He said to Jesus, be in Mary's womb, and he was. So it just happens that in the Quran, and this is, anybody can look at it in the index, that both Jesus and Adam are mentioned exactly the same number of times. 25. 25 and 25. I believe the name of Jesus is a multiple of 5 when you look at the numerical values of it. But this will be another khutbah, inshallah. And then I want to pass on to you a valuable experience in all this work with the miracle of the Quran and the book on Jesus that is geared to the average American here. We experience interferences from Satan that are very clear. And we also found out how to chase him away. And it turns out to be a commandment in the Quran, in Surah 23, where it says in Arabic, and we tried it, and it works, and I want it to work for you. I want you to do it as my brothers and sisters, because it's really effective. And it is a commandment in the Quran. It says, وَقُلْ رَبِّ أَعُوذُ بِكَ مِنْ هَمَزَاتِ الشَّيَاطِينِ. Qul means say, it's a commandment. My Lord, I seek refuge in you from Satan, from the suggestions of the devils. Excuse me, this is the literal translation. It will be wonderful if you can learn it in Arabic and say it just like this, because it is a numerical combination. The statement is, Rabbi a'udhu bika. You know most of these words anyway. Rabbi a'udhu bika min hamazat ash-shayateen. My Lord, I seek refuge in you from the suggestions of the devils. Wa a'udhu bika Rabbi an yahdurun. And I seek refuge in you, my Lord, lest they come near me. So I would suggest to you that you study this in Arabic and say it. I'm telling you, 1,000 times a day is not enough. Because the sneaky whisperer, al-waswas al-khannas, will grab any chance and will come to you and suggest things against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is a very effective commandment, and this is my suggested, if you want to call it dhikr, because you are making dhikr of Allah. ربي أعوذ بك من همزات الشياطين وأعوذ بك ربي أن يحضرون. And we'll have to rush through, so أقم الصلاة. الحمد لله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. Jahan, you want to push the button? The message of worshiping God alone is there's a big switch this year. This marks a new era, and the switch is from the religious leaders like the Pope and Jewish leaders and Muslim leaders to academia, the academic people, who include Jews, Christians, and Muslims, and who will look at the data of the Quran objectively, and then they will tell the world, adding the credibility of academic research, then they will tell the world about it. This is what's happening this coming year. Yesterday, we had the president of the vice president of the biggest Islamic university in Saudi Arabia, and 3 of his people come here and discuss the matter of worshiping God alone, and you know all their argument. But one thing happened that stands out that I don't think I or you will ever forget, and it's something that I don't think Satan himself will dare do. That man objected to having this on the wall by itself. He wanted Muhammad next to it. He, instead of being pleased with seeing the name of God on the wall, he actually criticized it. I mean, unbelievable as this may be, we have a sign on the wall out there saying happiness is devotion to God. And that sign pleases all the believers in God, including Jews, Christians, and the hardcore Jesus worshippers are even pleased with it. And they call us and they tell us how much it pleases them in the morning to drive by and see it, or in the evening. But this man was upset to see the name of God alone up there. These people worship Muhammad just like the Christians worship Jesus. I mean, they're all human beings and they're all victims of Satan in the same way.